right, so welcome to Sosua Ocean Village. Sosua Ocean Village is a prestigious oceanfront residential community. Does everybody know Sosua Ocean Village? No? Awesome. Have you ever been, Milena, have you ever been to the Dominican Republic before?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, beautiful. What about everybody else? Anybody else been to the DR before? No?
Yes,
Okay.
I have. Pat.
Awesome. All right, beautiful, beautiful. So Sosua Ocean Village is located obviously on the North Coast. It is just outside of the downtown of Sosua. So it's ideally located. You can see from this amazing, beautiful picture here that this is part of the amazing Sosua Ocean Village community and where our amazing investment is going to be a part of, okay? Here's just another beautiful shot. You can see we are located right on the ocean and it's incredible. Here is a beautiful render of our incredible Laguna City. All right, Laguna City is going to be one of the most incredible developments that has happened since Sosua Ocean Village started. Sosua Ocean Village has consisted of mostly some apartments, but mostly villas. And now Laguna City is going to have the opportunity to create, there's going to be 27 buildings, 513 units available, and we are starting at 109 to 165,000, okay, with financing available. You can't see it here, but right behind this handy dandy little info here are our buildings 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right. So this is an actual picture of what has already happened. So you can see that Laguna City has already actually started. It's completely real. It is going to be under construction very, very soon for the actual buildings. They are planning to break ground at the late winter, early spring mark. Okay, so this is actually happening. This is not just lots of pictures of fun renders. You can see this island. For those of you, I know most of you haven't walked it, but I've been on this actual island. It is incredible. It is huge. It is a feat of amazing engineering, and it is designed to work with the environment. Okay, they are using the actual lagoons that are on the property to create a dynamic and superior style of living here at Laguna City. Here's another view. This is another view I wanted to show you. This is how incredible that this project is. There is your island. This is going to be the island. All of the buildings of Laguna City will encircle this beautiful island, and I want you to note the proximity to the ocean. So I'm going to show you in a couple slides later a few of a little bit more of the whole overview of Sosua Ocean Village for those of you that don't know it. However, right here you've got an incredible water park for children and big children. You've got an incredible tennis center over here. There are solar parks, and there is just an array of amenities that I'm going to get to in just a few minutes. But this is the thing that I want you to notice. This is where your buildings are. Okay, your 1, 2, and 3 are going to start right here. And here is your water. You are about a 5 to 8 minute walk from Laguna City all the way up to that beautiful ocean. So why are we going to pick the Dominican Republic? Why should you come here? Some of you have been here, and I'm guessing that you like it. I'm in absolute love with it. But why should you come here? Or more better question is, why should you invest in the Dominican Republic? Why should you choose your vacation home? You know, there's the part of our heart that says, oh my God, because I love it. Yes, and I want a home there. And then there's the piece where we get to step out of our hearts and into our heads and look at the realities of why should you choose the Dominican Republic. So the Dominican Republic has a 5% year-over-year growth. This is an incredibly strong economy for Latin America. Okay, we have a very secure investment. The Dominican Republic has no barriers to foreign investment. So I know maybe some of you who've maybe been to Mexico have heard they do a 99-year lease, that sort of thing. That does not happen here. When you own property in the Dominican Republic, you will own it outright, okay, with zero strings attached. This government wants you to come in and wants you to invest and makes it very, very easy for you to do so. You can open bank accounts without much difficulty, okay? And it is very easy also to come and go, okay? There are not difficulties in acquiring visas. If you eventually want to get your residency, you can, but it is not a necessity, and it's not a necessity to own property. So again, super, super easy. We have continuous tourist growth. We just recorded, I think, one of the largest tourist months ever was back in June. So, and I can speak from experience, and that I was here through COVID, and COVID was actually an incredibly good time for us here, especially on the North Coast. People like digital nomads flock here. Okay, there's amazing internet. There are obviously, including eventually your unit in Laguna City, but there are incredible places to stay here that you can stay short-term, you can stay long-term, and it is very easy. It's very easy for people to come and stay and live here. Okay, which is why for you, if you want to have an amazing vacation ownership property for you to either vacation in, or if you want to relocate, either one. Okay, it is a secure investment here. You get a high capital gain. Most of the properties, you get at least 6% return on your investment. And again, we do have a very progressive and stable government here in the DR. Again, I've lived here for 24 years. I own my own home here. I've bought property a couple of times and it's been nothing but incredible. So here you go. World Bank rates the Dominican Republic as a top developing country for foreign trade services. So you've got all of these things. The Dominican Republic is solid. At the end of the day, that's what you get to know, that it's not just me saying this. It's not just Sosua Ocean Village saying this. It's the World Bank saying it. Okay, it's an easy go for. It is a safe place to come with your family. I've got two beautiful girls of my own, and to come here not only to visit, but also to stay long-term, if that is what you so choose. Okay, so here's just some more beautiful data, okay, that the central bank has projected where our economy is growing. Okay, and we are one of the fastest growing economies in Latin America. We are the only island to boast an IKEA in Central America. Just saying. So why do you want to pick Sosua Ocean Village? Why? If there's other places that you could buy here on the North Coast and it's so amazing, why here? Okay, well, let's look at it. So incredible infrastructure. For anyone coming in from North America, Sosua Ocean Village is probably, not only is the DR safe, but Sosua Ocean Village is even safer. It is a completely solid investment, and it is a solid community. All right. There's over 600 meters of coastline. There are things like solar shuttle buses. You've got 24/7 security. There's solar streetlights. There's sidewalks. There's things that are going to make you feel very comfortable as a North American coming into the Dominican Republic. If it's your first time, or if you've come a few times before, you are going to feel incredibly comfortable in Sosua Ocean Village. It is safe. Kids run around. There's several of some of our staff here that own and live in Sosua Ocean Village. So I'm not just hyping it up because I am. It really truly is some place where people that I love and care about live and have their children, and their children run and play and have an incredible life here. There's tennis courts. You've got three restaurants. So you've got Maria, Laguna, and Santa Fe. Santa Fe is brand new, and holy, it is spectacular. You've got water and sewage. All right. We have the ability to get really great internet, cable TV. You're not going to want for anything. You're not going to come to the DR and feel like you're deprived. I honestly feel like we have more things here than, say, you might have at your cottage back home in Canada. There are more amenities here. All right. There's a number of water slide parks. If there are children in your life, they're going to be happy that you have chosen Sosua Ocean Village, because I mean, my kids, we go to the water parks here all the time, but there's two. Okay, there's one really large one. There's one that's smaller. There are more pools than we can even count inside of Sosua Ocean Village. There are sports grounds. All right, there's tons of other, normal besides water, but regular children's playgrounds and fishing lagoons. I got to take a breath with all the amenities that are here in Sosua Ocean Village. Here's a great shot of the gym. Okay, for anyone who's choosing to step in and invest, anyone who's ready to go, by December 31st, if you jump in, you're going to be able to get membership at this gym for a limited amount of time. Okay. All right. And there's going to be a certain number of passes to some of the other exclusive areas for a limited amount of time, but you need to get in before December 31st to get it. So I'll walk you through those in just a moment. Here's one of the great, this is the smaller children's water park. Here is the Grand Santa Fe that has just been built. I do believe it's one of the largest saltwater pools.
It is, Michelle. It's the largest saltwater pool in the Caribbean.
There you go.
It's
so
over a million gallons.
It's over 1 million gallons. Okay. And that voice that you're hearing out from back there, that's Brett Henry. He's one of our broker owners on here supporting me tonight. And so it is the largest. It's incredible. It is really, truly beautiful, spectacular place. This is the Maria restaurant. Again, right here, it doesn't show it because it's not that time of day. Spectacular sunsets. And this restaurant is probably, it would be an 8 to 10 minute walk from Laguna City. And remember, there's also the amazing solar shuttle buses that come around the neighborhood at regular intervals that you can use. All right, so this is just a bit of a timeline. You can see over here some of the owners inside of Sosua Ocean Village. We've got Americans, Dominicans, Nuestra Dominicanos, we have Canadiense, we have Russian, Germany, Italy. It's an incredible international community, just like the North Coast. It's very reflective of the Sosua Cabarete area. We are an eclectic international space, and that is also reflected inside of Sosua Ocean Village. So here we go. So this is what, we're going to go back one. Hang on. Not ready for you yet. So here's our buildings 1, 2, and 3. Okay. These are the ones that are up for pre-sale right now. Right now. So from the small, like the best price being 109 up to, and they vary. I'm going to go through the chart with you guys, up to 165,000 for the 1 bedroom, depending on the floor, obviously. All right. So here's your apartment sizes, the studios. So you've got 40 square meters. Okay. And then, or 434 square feet for our imperialists. All right. We got 46 and a half. Okay. So 2 different size studios. And then we've got our 60 square meter 1 bedroom. Okay, and this is what it's going to look like up from the zoned area. You can see the beautiful large island being the central hub of the city, and it really will be like a city by the time it comes in. It's going to create an incredible area of diversity and life. The island has the most amazing pathway to do laps on for running, for strolling, for walking around. You're going to be lagoons here for fishing. There's going to be a covered barbecue area. There are pools. You can see here, each group of 3 buildings is going to have its own pool. Every unit is going to have its own parking spot back here. So the parking is not going to be seen from the inside. All of your living gets to happen right here on the inside of this beautiful little community. And there's going to be lots of people around, everyone using and loving the space and loving the climate and the weather here in the Dominican Republic, and being able to truly enjoy either your vacation or your renters will be enjoying their vacation as they make you money. All right, so let's get into some numbers, because I'm sure that's what you're curious about. And for anyone, don't worry. Whoever wants more of these numbers and wants to have them, please reach out to me. Okay, you're all going to be getting an email after this webinar with a link to connect with me, and I'd love you to, and I can send you all of this stuff. So if you'd like to, you can take some notes, or if you can feel free, you can just listen and absorb and look, and I will send you everything. Okay, you just have to let me know that you want it. So this here that we're looking at is if you would like to finance, because inside of Laguna City, you can put 50% down and finance the other 50% over 5 years at 6.5% interest. Okay, this is an incredible opportunity for those of you. So let's walk through this. We're going to start with a reservation of $5,000. It's actually $5,600 with your lawyers. All right, and we've got amazing lawyers here that are working with us. So if you don't have one, you don't need to worry. We take care of that for you. Okay, within a short period of time. So if you're ready to reserve and there's a unit you want, like you want that 4th floor, 1 bedroom, because you do. All right, you get to be ready to drop your reservation, lock that in, and then get on a plane because you get to come down here. All right, if not, and we need to set up power of attorney, we can do that, but we'll talk about that privately. All possible. Okay, but the promise of sale will happen 7 to 10 days after you reserve your unit. Yeah, and remember, money will get held in the lawyer's account in escrow. So there's no funny business. It's all solid and you don't need to worry. Breaking ground. So like I said, breaking ground is going to happen somewhere late winter, early spring. So we're looking at somewhere between February and April. We all get to remember this is the Dominican Republic. And so sometimes things take a little longer than we'd like to. So that is the time frame that we're looking at to break ground. At the time that that happens, okay, we get to put in that $21,800. Okay, and that brings us to the total here. So that's what that first payment is broken into those 3 things, just so you know. All right. And then, okay, when the gray construction is finished, so what's gray construction? That's when the blocks are all up and the roof goes on. As soon as that roof goes on, all right, then you would start making those monthly payments. So this is your monthly payment for that one of those studios, that 109. Okay. If you went for that 4th floor, 1 bedroom, like you know you want to, all right, that is at 165. This is what those first payments look like. Okay, obviously they're going to be spread over from this week because you're going to do it until, okay, when the gray construction goes done, and that's supposed to be in the fall. Okay. Yeah, so that would be spread over for that amount of time. And then as soon as that happens, your monthly payments will kick in for the next 5 years. Yeah, and that's what you're looking at. Okay, remember, for all my awesome Canadians, this is all in United States dollars. Okay. All right. And then these would be your maintenance fees. And those are also incredibly competitive. Okay. That includes your security, your water and sewage, your garbage removal, okay, landscaping, maintenance, electricity for all that beautiful common area. All right. And then you get a fixed monthly electricity fee. How amazing is that? This, if you don't need the financing, don't want the financing, you're ready to go. This is what it would look like. All right. From the 109, you're going to reserve. All right. At promise of sale, 7 to 10 days after your reservation. Okay. This is the amount that gets to be paid. Breaking the ground somewhere between February and April here. Gray construction is finished. Okay. And then when you take occupancy is the final payment. All right. This is doable. This is so doable for so many people, especially for those of you, you live in Toronto. You know, I know what the value of your properties. You have this in like home equity times like 2 or 3. Okay. If you're sitting on a, $1 million plus property in Toronto. All right. This is very, very doable. And if getting in at this price point has been something that you have been looking for, that you have been waiting for, Sosua Ocean Village has done a wonderful job and they've created amazing villas, but some of those villas, those 2 and 3 bedroom villas, they're up over the $300,000 mark. This is an opportunity to get in to this incredibly solid, growing community at a price that hasn't been for some time now. So it really is something to jump on.
I think
Okay.
one thing we need to mention too, Michelle, and I think you're going to get into it right now, is the fact that these are the investments are good because of a few different reasons. One, borrowing money in the Dominican Republic is kind of difficult. It's not like back home or in the United States where you can go to the bank and you can put 5, 10, 20% down and the loan is ready within a couple months. It's very difficult. But with Sosua Ocean Village, they're offering financing, right? And the financing terms are 50% down. You get 6.5% financing terms over 5 years. And I mean, for a North American buyer, 5 years seems like a very short amount of time. But within 5 years, you own the property outright, which is, you know, sometimes we don't own our properties up north for years. What the trend has been for owning properties down here is, as soon as something is completed, in most cases they go up 20% in value right off the bat. We've seen some incredible growth in the area. There's a project within Sosua Ocean Village called Esmeralda, which is what these units are based off of. Those units now, the studio units, are going anywhere from $130,000 to $165,000 in resale value as we speak. So those owners have basically doubled the value of their property. We expect the trend to continue within this development as well. And when you look at this development, it's why is it a good investment? Well, a lot of people that are, you know, purchasing these or looking to purchase them are buying multiple units if they have family members, especially if you're an older, like if you have an older adult family, they have their own separate suites and they're just buying, you know, units side by side on the same floor. That's what we're seeing. But sorry, I cut in there. I'll let you continue, Michelle.
No, all good. All amazing information. So what are we looking at here? I see an Excel sheet. Makes me a little itchy because that's what Excel sheets do to me. However, this is a good one. This is a good one. So when we come in here, let's look at, so this is a $150,000 unit. Okay. So they're all priced out differently depending on the size, what floor, all the things. So we'll take this one at the top. What we've done for you is we've broken it down so you can see what the expected income is. So this is like your nightly rate. So the peak season would be 120 because we have seasons that go up and down here. You know, like obviously like Christmas and Easter and winter, those are our peak seasons. Our lower seasons are, you know, our September through November and a little bit into that April, May stuff. Okay, that would be your low season with an average rate here you can see of 109. Okay, occupancy rate, most places in the Sosua Cabarete area have an occupancy rate, a solid of around 60%. Okay. And so we've used that as our example of our occupancy rate. And that we didn't pull it out of a hat. It's basically the standard occupancy rate for the majority of, say, like Airbnb and rental units here on the North Coast. All right. You can look at, would be your net annual income, your profitability. Okay, after we take off some of the bills, things like electricity, cable, maintenance, things like that. There's your total overhead. Then we've got this beautiful number right here, your capitalization rate or your cap rate, which is basically your net income over your property value. Okay, and this, you're looking for something 4 to 12% is the basic good space to be in for a cap rate and which is basically what your rental property would be valued at. You know, that's the return you're getting on your investment. And you can see here, we've got 12.4, 12.74, you know, we've got 13.5, 14.2, up to 15.2%, okay, on your investment. So you're not going to lose here. By coming in and investing, if you can't be here the whole time in the beginning, you know, I know there's some of you who are looking to retire eventually. You want to invest in a unit that you can rent out. You know, you're getting a return on your investment while you're not here, which is amazing to know that your property is being paid for. And then you just get to come and slide in and stay worry-free for the time that you get to have here and know that your investment is just going to continue to grow in your absence. I mean, that
Michelle,
yes.
Sorry to cut in again. Would you, when we're talking about investments and stuff, would you be able to talk about, there's something down in the Dominican Republic called Confiture?
Yeah.
Would you be able to explain that to everyone?
We are. Yeah. Boom. Next slide. There we go. Okay. So we've got this amazing thing in some of the touristic areas called Comfortour, and all of the Laguna SOV units are going to be coming with Comfortour. So for the very first property purchaser, which is going to be you, okay, you get an amazing tax exemption. This is for areas of tourism. The government wants to promote it. They want foreigners to come in and invest and boost the tourism in the area. So what do you get? So generally, when you purchase a property, you get to pay a 3% tax to transfer your title. Comfortour will eliminate that. It's a 3% savings. That's huge. Okay. There's also an annual, so it's like, you know, like our tax on our properties, like our property tax back home, you pay 1% of your property value. Oh, go back here. Pay 1% of your property value. Okay. So you can end up with an incredible amount of savings, and they usually will exempt you from that property tax for anywhere from 10 to 15 years. I believe it's at 15 now. So
Correct. 15 years.
That is an incredible savings that gets to happen by purchasing this particular development that has Comfortour. All right. You get to remove all of that tax. And how many Canadians want to go like, less taxes? Yes, please. I know you're beautiful Canadians, we pay a lot. So any way to remove all of that tax is amazing. And they do this again, because they want to boost tourism and investment in certain spaces. And they offer this incredible tax relief to do that. All right. So you can declare your real estate investment as an expense. Okay. And you get benefits with a savings in your tax return. All right. And there's no tax on your rental income either. That's not in this handy dandy slide. Okay. So you get exempt from your income, your rental income. You won't be taxed on that either in this country while you have Comfortour. If you go to resell the apartment, okay, so you can get in here, get inside of this investment and choose to resale. The Comfortour is only for the original first buyer. Okay. All right. So I want to just go through some of the amazing renders in here. All right. So this is what we're looking at. Incredibly well engineered, well thought out. I love, this is one of my favorite renders in particular. You know, these beautiful white airy buildings with lush landscaping. And this is the path that's already completed. Okay, it's already completed. I've walked it several times around the island and it is lovely. It is going to be incredible space for you to stay fit, stay healthy, to move around the space, to see people out and enjoying the environment. Okay, so here are just some beautiful kids' playgrounds, all of that. Okay, you can see here all of the buildings surrounding the island. You know, and things that you get to know about Sosua Ocean Village. And unlike in Canada, you know, with pre-construction, most of the developers, you know, they need to sell out a certain portion of the building, you know, to unlock their financing. And here you don't have to worry about that. Maybe some of you are thinking, oh, is this really going to happen? This is a big thing. Yes. So Sosua Ocean Village can build this outright without anybody coming in to purchase. All right. So that's
it's a self-funded project. Yeah, they're not looking for,
No.
you know, they don't need any outside help for this. So it's a secure investment on that end.
It's an incredibly secure investment. You know, you have the security both of the environment and of your investment, because the Sosua Ocean Village, again, is a very large, very well-developed complex. You know, there are already an incredible number of homes with all of the infrastructure, and it's as safe as it gets. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. Stop sharing that screen so I can see some of your beautiful faces. All right, so let's get into it. You know, this is going to be an opportunity for everybody to have, you know, that Airbnb business on the side that that maybe some of you have always wanted. You know, there are incredible property managers here. So if you're like, well, how am I going to do this? I'm going to do this from Toronto, Montreal, down here. You don't have to. There are incredible property managers here that we can introduce you to that will be able to manage your property. You know, there are wonderful people here on the ground who can help you furnish it, me being one of them. We will do everything we can here at RealtorDR to make this process for you acquiring this property as easy as possible. So what we do for all of our clients, whether it's in Laguna City or not. So let's jump in and see who's got some questions. I know there's some messages which I could not see. Yes, beautiful. Okay, yes, we have all the floor plans, all the renders, all the things. So anyone have any questions at this point? Or have I done such a good job that there's none, which I doubt.
When do you expect to be the full thing to be completed?
So you're talking about the first 3 buildings, or are we talking about all of it together?
The Laguna City.
Okay, so it's a slightly interesting one to do. The first 3 buildings were expected to be complete in the spring of 2024, I believe. The spring or summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 months from today.
18 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as this one moves through, and then we begin to sell to the next one, they'll start building in that way. So it could probably be, I believe it's like about a 10-year plan for the whole thing, but the island itself will be completed, I believe in August. So in August after it starts. So the island, the Laguna Island will be completed. And then each of the buildings will move along like groups of 3 will go up. So it'll go up in groups of 3 buildings. And they'll slowly move around as they are built and sold. So, and Sosua Ocean Village does a really good job of keeping things separate. So you don't need to worry that you're going to feel like you're going to be living in a construction zone. It will be done and complete. Of course, there will be some building near you. However, they will do everything they can to minimize that. Unfortunately, I can't give a slightly more question than that, because it's a large span of time. So that's about what they're guessing, and we can be more exact with these first 3 buildings.
Yeah, in speaking with the developers and stuff, really they can move as fast as the sales go through. So I mean, if say for some reason there's 500 people that buy this in the next year and a half, it's going to take them some time to get it developed, but they'll move as quickly as they need, as demand takes. You know what I mean? They're hoping to get it completed in 3 to 5 years is what their goal is. Yeah.
Now, Jovan, I see Jovan has a question in the chat that is it possible to purchase with third-party bank financing? Third-party banks will not finance pre-construction. Okay, so that won't be possible. However, you can always wait until some of the buildings are up. And if you want to finance with a third party for a longer term, you could do that. However, just remember that the longer you wait, the prices will go up. Getting in on these first 3, you will be getting the best pricing that will ever exist. And they will increase in price as each set of buildings happens. So you want to be the one who went, I got in on the first round. Okay, as opposed to waiting till round 9 and go, I'm still here, yay! And you talk to your neighbors who got in on 1 to 3. Okay, so I'm excited to spend some more time with all of you on a call. You're all going to get a wonderful thank you email, and also another one following up, and there's going to be a link to jump in on my calendar. Okay, so my calendar, you'll just click on it, my calendar will pop up, and we can have a conversation one-on-one, because I would imagine this is a lot of information. It's always a lot of information in a webinar, and you're going to have a chance to rest and to think on it and have some things come up. And I would love to spend some more time with each and every one of you discussing what's possible for you, getting into your personal vision and your story about, what it is that you want to create here. And I would love to see how Laguna can fit in for that for you. And we can talk just one-on-one about how this can be possible. Yeah. Did everybody get some value out of today? Jump off mute and let me know if you've been sitting in the back.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Wonderful. Oh, thanks, Pat. Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Dave. Beautiful. I love it. So I'm excited to see who here online tonight gets to be my new neighbor. You know, this is one of the pieces that I love about real estate is that you all get to become a part of my community and we get to become neighbors. And I'm excited to get to know all of you. And I'm excited to share this Laguna City with you. And I can't wait to spend all kinds of more fun time together. All right. So I want everyone to have a wonderful night. It is 9:23 here in the Dominican Republic, 8:23 in Eastern Standard Time. For those of you in Saskatoon, it's even earlier, so lucky you. Have a beautiful, wonderful night. Thank you all so much for coming. And again, please jump on my calendar and let's talk. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Milena, bless your heart for being my beautiful shining face that I got to speak to this whole time tonight. I appreciate you so much. And Luke too. Thank you so much, the two of you, for staying on video. And I've enjoyed getting to know and being here for all the rest of you. So
Thanks, Michelle. Good night,
you're
everyone.
so welcome.